you can see up here, up north, actually, it's around this area, around Rajshahi, Keturi, that's Keturi Dam is just here, where we discussed Mahaprabhu went and met Rupa and Sanatana. So there Ganga branches, and you can see that she comes here. She's coming down here, actually here. Coming down here, and then she continues in the same direction into Bangladesh. She's called Padma. At that time she becomes called Padmavati River, Padma. So Mahaprabhu, he journeyed here from Mayapur, he journeyed in the east direction to the banks of the Padma River, and generally on the eastern side, now is Bangladesh. Here's Chattogram, here is Srihata, now is Bangladesh. But at that time it was called Purva Bengal Bhumi, East Bengal. Purva Bengal Bhumi. And the demarcation line was the Padma River. So Mahaprabhu, in order to travel to Purva Bengal Bhumi, to East Bengal, where there's so many of his associates appeared, that it was a whole different, you could say, community. It's separated by Padma River, huge river. I can remember one time we were traveling across the Padma River. We were traveling to North Bengal. That means we were traveling from here. We're traveling here across this river. It takes. We're on a train. It took us 45 minutes on the train to get from one side of the river to the other, and that was on a train. Wasn't traveling so fast, but still, it was just such a huge river. It was like an ocean. That was in the rainy season. So these rivers in Bengal, there's a Ganga Delta. Look, the Ganga Delta here. So this is Bangladesh. All of Bangladesh here is Ganga Delta. At least up to Padma River, and this is called Sundarban. This is these forests of Bengal here, Ganga Delta. And part of it is in West Bengal, but most of it's in East Bengal, Bangladesh. Here's the border. Here's the current border between West Bengal and East Bengal. Most of this Ganga Delta is in Bangladesh. So many rivers. And in monsoon, the rivers become insurpassable. So therefore, Bengal was divided from East Bengal to West Bengal. Now, West Bengal was called Bengal, Gaudadesh. When Mahaprabhu appeared here in Mayapur, this area here, the Gaudadesh, all the way to the Padma. And then this is east is called, it's also Gaudadesh, but specifically Purva Bengal Bhumi, East Bengal. So in order to visit Purva Bengal Bhumi, Mahaprabhu at first he came to the Padma River and he remained here. Here is where he came specifically. You can see he journeyed east direction, and here's Padma River. So there's some towns here. Prabhupada mentions Faridpur, he visited. I was recently just here in Rajshahi, and we bathed in here. So all of this area, Mahaprabhu later also came to this area and bathed in the Padma again. When he went to Ramkeli. Ramkeli is just up here. And at that time also Mahaprabhu, he bathed in the Padma River and he left Prema for Narottam Thakur Mahashai. And that's something we can discuss in more detail on a later occasion in these classes. But at this time we're discussing Mahaprabhu's first visit to East Bengal. We'll go back actually. His first visit to East Bengal. And this is the area that he came and remained. And this is chapter 14. Now we're reading today from chapter 14 of the Adi Khanda. Mahaprabhu is still in the youthful pastimes. He's just married, as we were mentioning. He's 16 years old, just married to Lakshmi Priya. He hadn't begun the Sankirtan movement. He's Navadeep Chandra. He's the Pandit, Nimai Pandit. He's not initiated as Sri Krishna Chaitanya. He's not a sannyasi. When we were discussing Mahaprabhu's return to Bengal, in previous sessions, over the previous few months, before we were discussing Pundarik Vidyanidhi Mahadai, before that Mahaprabhu's traveled to Ramkeli. He was a sannyasi there. He was a sannyasi. Now he's traveling to East Bengal. He's not a sannyasi. He's not even the propagator of the holy name at the Sankirtan movement. He's simply a pandit. Nimai Pandit, not simply, but He's enjoying his Leela as a scholar. So Mahaprabhu, he likes so much the beautiful environment there in the Padma River. It's very beautiful. Padma River is very beautiful. Here we are. Just there, we were there last week, a couple of weeks ago, we were there. Now, His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, he visited the same area. This is perhaps 20 years ago. It's the same area here, Padma River.